On the table, this is a big one. Treasure X Robots Gold. Hey everyone, this is Squirrel Stampede and I am Dan. Thank you so much for joining in today as we have one of the most squirrel-ested items on the table for Robots Gold, Treasure X. I mean, just look at the numbers. Every time another season or series of Treasure X is debuted, squirrels by the millions are running through my backyard, and these are the numbers we are counting of all the excitement going for Robots Gold here. Pretty crazy, probably one of the most highest requested in any toy, although I think there's a few that are right around the corner that are battling each other out for supremacy of what to be shown. But Treasure X Robots Gold on the table, excited to build and dig into the rest of this epic collection. And as always, will we find real gold dipped treasure?
Squirrel Stampede!
And here we are on the table. It's finally happening. Treasure X Robots Gold. My goal today is to discover at least 3 robots in this collection, as there are 6 to collect, but because these are blind, you never know. The box design on these is really quite impressive, almost Iron Man-esque in a way with the gold and the red, but also a little bit of Treasure X Aliens inspired, I would say. It almost resembles a 4th of July fireworks tube. We've got Remove, Build, Discover, and then the 15 levels. 15 levels of robot adventure. So I've randomly chosen this one here up front to be our first victim. Let's see if we can figure out this box opening it up. I feel like retrieval of your robot is either going to be from the top or from the base. Let's try the base to start with. And so it begins. Inside we have some sort of container of cardboard. Another container of board of card. And finally, our first robot. So what do we got for our robot guide? I see a pretty interesting robot in there, but we're going to check our guide first. Robots Gold. So these must be various robotic pieces we are searching for. And the collection of bots out there, a transparent finish robo jaws in blue, a scorpio bling in kind of a red and white, a golden goldiator, bling jarrow down in red, a gold web, a kind of spider-like robot there, great looking, and robocroc, and swap body parts, mix and match, and all of these, which must power your bot of row, and then the various 15 stages. I wonder if we can kind of see who we have. I am guessing maybe the first one, Robo Jaws based off the arms, but it looks like the inner shell of a bot, so I'm not sure what we have yet. That's very interesting to start with. So to go by levels, this is level 1 and we've removed from package. In level 2, we will flip over our box of bot and we will pour in a probably considerable amount of water. Here we go, we begin. That was almost 2 cups worth of water, and I believe I could go a little more. Let's try there by the line. What is going on in here? It's getting rusty. I am detecting all sorts of sludge in here. It's like a fish tank that hasn't been cleaned in years. Really goopy. Is it coming off the robot? Where is this sludge coming from? What a mess this may bring. Pretty killer so far. How long do we let it melt in there, I wonder? I think probably that's enough. That's a good couple minutes. Oh, it is swirling around in there now. Very indeedly interesting. Level 3, we get to lift up this lid and discover our bot. And it just peels off like so. There we are, all in gold. What is this? That is some cool liquid-like water slime going on in there. It's very metallic-y. Very metallic-y. I'm going to try to drip out some of the water here on this bot. And step 4, level 4, we're going to retrieve our X tool on the base here. There's our new X tool. It has maybe two-sided, one a saw blade knife sword, and the other some sort of input device maybe for inputting our robot mechanical pieces. So let's flip this guy around now. He's dripping some goo onto the table. Yikes. So I am still guessing robo jaws, but I am not sure at all, really. We've got a very strange robot device onto a little post in the back holding it up, and a little bit of this metallic rust over the main casing of the brain. And a level 5, I need the X tool to extract the robot from its support beam. Landry, the X tool, please. Thank you, Squirrel. Here we go. So this back post of our X tool should remove our robot somehow. I suppose we're going to just place it into this spot right there, okay? Which then we should be able to extract our bot. Maybe. Oh, is it a screw? We're going to unscrew this thing. Look at that. It is a screw attachment. Very mechanical. Oh, and we've got it. We've got our robot removed from the support beam. Now for level 7, where we will take this large cardboard container and we will slice into it using our sharper edge of the X tool. I see a perforated line we can punch on through. Ah, I believe we found robocroc. It's in green. Our first Treasure X Robots Gold, a robocroc. So interesting, the base endoskeleton may be the same on all of these as we construct around. Those arms really felt like robo-jaws, but I could see robocroc in there too. So now we've got our pieces of robocroc, and we are going to build onto the endoskeleton that we have discovered in our rust. I'm going to need to give this a quick rinse though. A little bit of rust is still left on there. I want to kind of see if I can clean that up real fast. And drop it. Alright, endoskeleton has been cleaned up. Still not exactly sure where this rust is coming from. It's still swirling around in here. It's all mostly now settled down to the bottom of this container. Very interesting. It's very metallic and shiny. And somewhat messy, so have paper towels on the ready. Okay, let's construct our bot. We've got a base of wheels for our robocroc. And we'll place on our main endoskeleton here, giving him life. It's a pretty cool robot to start with today, isn't it? Then we have this very large faceplate, almost kind of gorilla-like, isn't it? We can place on over the top here, covering up its robot's brains. Yeah, I almost see more of a gorilla face with this one than I do a croc. So what else? We've got this cool mace weapon here that's going to fit on an arm, and I suppose kind of like a $ hammer attachment, and another hammer attachment. I see in the guide the $ goes here, and the mace weaponry attachment goes on this arm. Looks like a certain key direction fit with these. And maybe this is the croc's tail. Maybe this fits over on the back somewhere? Not sure. It's an interesting piece. I don't know where it goes exactly yet. This probably is a backpack piece. Oh, okay. Now I see the attachment point. And now we can say a little more croc with this tail. Pretty interesting robot. Trying to get this head to kind of latch on is not exactly happening yet. Well, pretty cool for a level 9 robot build. Now we're gonna go on to level 10. Landry, I need that smaller box. Slide her over, please. And so again, we bring our X tool out and we cut around this perforated edge of this recyclable box. Pretty cool thinking. And almost just as satisfying as digging through many of the other compounds and substrates we've done before from X of Treasure. We've uncovered a box inside the box. Ooh. And for level 11, we will remove this crate of unknown origins. And level 12, we will smash X tool, Landry. A fine X tool it is. I'm going to use the bludgeoning end with this side on this box. It's that plasticky, crunchable material, very satisfying usually. Going in from the top, we have discovered a X marks the spot, right? More fantastic pieces, more fantastic pieces. Shoulder pads? I wonder? And some sort of crashed meteorite, an electrical pack, another X marks the spot. What could this be? I guess they're indicating it's kind of like a crushed meteorite ball of metal and pieces. Inside we'll discover our treasure, a soft sand. Nothing beats the so satisfying sand. However, still have not found our ancient device. Are we sure it's in here? I suppose it's just sand, and where it really is inside this electrical component pack. Okay, what are we going to find? It's lightweight. I do not believe I found real gold dipped treasure. It is a green robocroc input device, which we will place and power up robocroc by placing right into robocroc's chest cavity. And those lights are Squirrel Stampede added effects. So that is the 15 levels of adventure with robots of treasure. We should add in Croc's shoulder pads to complete. And we've got our robot built. I like the tail on the back, that's kind of the highlight of this one. And you can kind of feel that with all the pieces that attach, it is easy to mix and match. And as for display, I'm assuming you can still use this pad here to place your robot on a poneth, and maybe even up on top of this and display from above or down below. There's several options there. Well, now we need to discover a few more robots. Possibly even finding, say, maybe perhaps gold dip treasure? It's difficult to identify these up until stage 8 where you remove the robot pieces, but I can see now with robocroc and say Scorpio, it's got a golden body. We have a silver body with goldiator and bling jarrow, and then a blue body with robojaws and gold web. So that kind of narrows it down as you open these up. Let's try these 3 and see what we can discover. So first, retrieve from package. Oops, the outer container has been unsealed and unpackaging, but now we get a closer look at what is going on with the rust. So the rust is basically coating your inner bot inside, hiding what it is. I'm curious to do this outside of the vat. I want to see this spill. I'm not going to use as much water. Let's see what happens when I pour just a little bit on top of this robot's brains. Not too much yet. Looks like it really needs to be submerged. I'm going to get just a little more water here. Perhaps now with the first batch of water, it has loosened some of the rust. And it has. Now the rust compound is slowly moving off. I see blue. Do you see blue? I definitely see blue in there. I can't pour too much more water here or I'm going to make a huge mess. But there under my bot is blue. This is the rust. This is almost more satisfying. Now, if you're gonna do it this way, please make sure you are in a spot where this is not going to pour all over great grandma's fine tapestries that she's knitted for the last 200 years. Oh dear. No destruction of tapestries or fine wood tabletops from Uncle, who has spent his lifelong pursuit of perfect woodworking, and then you spoil it by pouring this all over his tabletop. Probably going to destroy my tabletop in thinking about it. What? I'm going to fill this with some water and then put the robot in and rinse out. Poor gold mecha squirrel getting a little bit wet. I better get some paper towels over here. Stat! Paper towels over here, stat! It's going to explode. And we will place how we are supposed to do this inside our blue chamber and let that really dip in. What a mess. I don't even know what level we're on right now. So this mess all belongs over here. Oh my poor table. What about this one over here? Before we go on to that one, let's confuse ourselves a whole bunch. As long as these containers are together, we're good. I'm gonna try opening from the top this time. I feel like opening from the top might be the better way to go. And here is another Treasure X Robots Gold Bot. Oh, the top fell off again, but luckily not revealed. And I have a special idea for this one. So I'll place these containers for this robot over here, far off screen by the Squirrel Castle. And welcome to the Squirrel Stampede Aquatics Tube Center. Big Gray Squirrel is working on inside there, cleaning it up, getting it ready for us. Perhaps add just a little more water inside. It is quite the aquatics center. And we are going to take our third robot of the day and we are going to drop inside and see what the rust is all about. It wants to float up. I think it's probably some bubbles on the platform there. And now you can see the rust coating a little bit easier than you can inside the blue chamber coming apart of. Look at that. Whoa, it's quite messy. Oh, there goes the chamber of rust, the chamber of secrets. I wonder what robot we have here this time. Maybe another gold bot. We'll find out shortly. And you can see some of the metallic elements sparkling about inside there. Let's just let that sit for a second. You okay in there, Big Gray Squirrel?
The rust does not taste like bacon in any way.
So this one feels like another gold bot, so it could either be another robocroc or this could be Goldiator. We'll find out as we continue along here. So while that is resting up a little bit, we have another box to discover. Let's continue on with these three. Inside this one, I think maybe from the bottom this time. I can't decide what's easier, the base or the top. And we'll move these onto this side of the table so I can keep everything in order. And we have all of these now have been easily removing in pack. I think they missed the mark with these containers. I think these should have been more transparent clear, as removing the rust would have been more obvious. So here's a third one, or is that four? This one, let's say we hit it with the garden hose.
Oh no, Strawberry. This can't be good. Relax, Blueberry. No worries. We're okay.
So that revealed a cool find, the silver body. Could be a bling jarrow in there. Okay, let's organize real quick. Kind of clean up the mess we have created. Blech. Blah. Rusty. Alright, so this robot goes with these canisters. These boxes go to our aquatic center. And back here, this prime mess. I think this one's mostly dry. Let's begin over here. Big Gray Squirrel has got a breathing apparatus, so he's okay. So level 5 with this one, we're going to take our X tool and remove our bot via a screwing mechanism off his brains. And there we go. And we can now take off from this armature. And step 7, locate the large box, and we will dig that out. I see something red, I see something goldish. Bling jarrow? Maybe a bling jarrow? 8, we reveal the pieces. That's got to be a bling jarrow. So level 9 we will build up real fast. I like adding the legs first. Gives them something to stand on too. Bling jarrow has these really cool saw arms. I like those quite a bit. And shoulder pads are actually in this first bag here. They are labeled left and right, by the way. And bling jarrow's helmet. Looking pretty good, bling jarrow. Level 10, we discover if bling jarrow has bling with the oh so satisfying crush crate. Ooh, more X marks the spot with these. Is this a weapon? Or a backpack? A back piece? And completed bling jarrow. I've decided to fill this container as Croc flies off the table. This container is just going to fill up with all this extra sandy pieces. What do we have? There's a little bit of weight to this. A little more than the other one, but maybe I'm just extra weak. I am just extra weak as the arc core reactor of bling jarrow is non-gold. And there we go. What do you think of bling jarrow? I think I like Croc just a little more, but I do really like these saw arms. These saw bling hands on bling jarrow are just incredibly sharp. That's a cool little attachment. I don't know how he's going to ever pick up or do anything with saw arms. I mean, what do you do when you just have a saw arm? But it looks incredible, and it's a good color scheme too. Now let's see how this one is doing in the great dabbing experiment. Oh, it's mostly blue now. Mostly blue, but it is a little drippy. Let's take this off screen, clean it up real quick. And all cleaned up with the titanium blue. I really like the titanium blue look. It could be either Robo Jaws or Gold Web. Let's distract from our beam. And the containers are these. Trying not to get too much of this mixed up, but I'm sure the way I'm doing this is not helping. Okay, here we go. Place your bets. What do you think? Robo Jaws or Gold Web? I'd like to see either one of them. I see purple and green. That very much probably says Gold Web. Which should have a metallic finish. Should have a metallic finish. And I see Gold Web pieces and parts. This one is one very cool bot of robot. Look at, oh my goodness, that's a scary faceplate. Let's place on the spider legs. Legs up front or back for the front legs? Probably back for the long legs, I should say. That's tight. Maybe it is the other way. Yeah, I guess it is. The short legs are going to be in back, I believe. I think that's how the torso fits. Very creepy. And we can place on some arms, back shoulders with these. And drill hands are looking very sinister. This one is quite cool. I'm glad to discover this one. And of course, our Spidey helmet even has kind of like a Spider-Man like look paint on it. That's funny. A little bit tight on the faceplate there. Easy, my favorite so far. Gold Web, wow. A little bit of metallic-y purple on that finish and the gold drills there. That is absolutely spectacular for a robot figure. I like the spider leg piece and the extra arms up top to add up to 8. That is quite spectacular fun. Very cool one to look for. And so now, what will we find inside its crate? Let me guess, more strange, mysterious robot sand compound. Landry X tool. I like these little X's they've placed inside. Shoulder pads. A little extra for our spider. That's even more enhancing. And what we got? More sandy treasure inside. Feels pretty light. I'm guessing just a regular bolt. It is our arc reactor of flame to place inside our spider bot. I am in such awe with Gold Web here, possibly one of my most favorite Treasure X uncoveries. Look at all these robotic legs, look at the Spider-Man paint on the head. What a great looking figure. This one's going to be up top shelf for sure. Great heavens, that is a cool looking spider of robot. That brings us back to the Aquatic Center. How things are going in there, Big Gray Squirrel?
A little bit rusty.
Alright, let's raise up the Aquatic Center and get Big Gray Squirrel out. Okay, our gold endoskeleton has been retrieved from the Squirrel Stampede Aquatics tube. Looking all sorts of spectacular right now. How you doing, Big Gray Squirrel?
Took me a while to get the rust out of my ears, but I'm doing good.
So this very well could be our first double. It could be another croc. We will discover that shortly here right now. Inside this crate, what do we have? Keeping our hopes up for a Goldiator. And unfortunately looks like our second croc. So our croc has a twin. Albeit a very awesome twin. I really do like the treads on this guy. And we'll just keep it basic for now. We'll build other pieces later. What do we got inside? Maybe we'll redeem ourselves with gold treasure. You just don't know. That is the redeeming quality of a double. It's still the possibility of gold treasure. Shoulder pad still inside that one, and it's pretty light. We'll see. It's just another basic arc reactor for our croc. Well, that's a bummer. That's our first double in the series, and at 15 a pop, that's kind of a stretch to pick up many of these. Once you get about 3, then your odds are really not in favor. Curiosity and Treasure X Gambling has this squirrel all aflutter. We're gonna try 2 more. 2 more robots. Perhaps, maybe inside we will find real gold. And or hopefully 1 more bot to share today. Funny that only the first one came unstuck. Let's try it the old school way, pouring in the acid. Let's see what we got inside. I would say up to this line is pretty good. So let's swish that around for a few minutes. Could be anything in there. It's obstructed by the transparent dark blue. We'll place these pods over here to keep them contained, and we will begin the opening process of this one here. Couple more pod boxes, and we'll liquefy this one. Rusted inside. I still feel like the odds are in my favor of finding at least 4 of these guys. And we'll let these 2 sloosh about. This one should be about ready. We have found every color type of endoskeleton, but we are still looking for 3 different robots. What do we have here for color? Feels like another gold. Did we dare pull 3 crocs in one vid? Very, very possible. What do we got for this one? Still. It is another gold body, I think. Oh my gosh. Did we pull 4 crocs? If we pulled 4 robocrocs, that would probably be the most robocrocs on screen at once. So I see 2 more golden bot bodies. I do like the golden bot color. I think that's pretty cool. I do also like the silver and the blue. I think the blue is my favorite. Let's clean these 2 up and see what we can find. I'm already soft preparing for the robocroc anthem.
Robocroc, robocroc. We take apart the world with our robocrocs. We disassemble the world with the robocrocs. Our robocroc brains the smarts of them all. The robocrocs are here, the robocrocs are there. We are the robocrocs, beware.
So which robocroc should we try first? It's gonna be either in here or in there. And I misspoke. The Goldiator is on a silver body, so a Scorpio Bling is still in the possibility of realm. Landry, just pick a side. I can't pick. That's the one you're gonna go with, huh? We're gonna go with this side. What will we uncover? A robocroc!
Robocroc, robocroc. We croc like the rest and we build the more. The robocrocs are in charge of the world. Robocrocs here, robocrocs there. We're robocrocs everywhere. Beware.
Perhaps Gold Dip Treasure, it's the only thing to save the robocroc disaster. Okay, what do we got? That one is the most satisfying crate, by the way, I think I've ever punched through. More robocrop shins and sand, and inside another robocroc adapter. Wonder if these can go on their arms. Whoa, kind of, that works pretty well. So our third robocroc. I pledge allegiance to the robocroc tribe. I hope you will too. So our final Treasure X robot here. What could it be? It's gotta be another robocroc. 4 robocrocs. We will take over the world. Oh, it looks like your days are over, robocroc. That's right, I found something different. You'll be so sorry. What did we find? Whatever it is, it looks spectacular. I think we have the pieces for Scorpio Bling. That's right, robocroc. Your reign of terror is coming to an end. We've got Scorpio Bling pieces here. Look at Scorpio Bling's helmet. More orange than I would have thought. It looks very much red on the guide. We've got another set of legs. Exciting to see. Let's remove this guy from his handling. And begin to build our Scorpio Bling. Scorpio Bling. Scorpio Bling. Scorpio Bling. Now, again with the front legs, I think the front longer legs go up front because the way the torso is lined up. If you go this way, doesn't seem to be lined up as good, so I'm gonna go this way. Like the arachnid robots, I may now pledge allegiance to the arachnid robots. So we have, what do we have? Another backpack piece like robocroc, but this time with the traditional scorpion stinger hook. Is that traditional? That's pretty cool. Then we have these fantastic claw hooks that will fit on each arm like so. And this stuff must be one of the robocrocs. I'm getting a little bit confused. Let's place our helmet onto Scorpio. And we've got it. We'll move on to the secret crate of treasures first before we look closer. My fingers have a little bit of the rust on them. I hope that isn't some sort of decay I will experience. Kind of like when the Transformers had that rust disease. Our final box. Oh, Scorpio Tribe, will you favor us in the unboxing of this crate? see some shoulder pads of Spike. Very nice. Shoulder pads of Spike. And again, they are labeled left and right. I just guessed right at the moment, as they both fit in just fine. Look at those spiky shoulder pads. Those are impressive. And our final treasure chest. Inside, we've got sand. We've got probably plastic in there. It feels pretty light. What do we have? It's just a common reactor core. No gold dip treasure today. But I think we could say a fairly good success, as we have found 4 different robots in the collection of 6. And I'm glad Bling came out at the last second to help us out, ridding us from the evil Crocobot that kept happening. I'm so glad to have uncovered Bling here right at the end zone of the review. Thankful to have 4 to share, and this one's a pretty cool one too. Anything with these extra tail attachments really increase their size. So a fun one to have. Oh, he has already stole one of Croc's maces, but what a great figure. So there we have 4 of 6 Treasure X robots we have uncovered. Pretty impressive. We have the metallic finish, Gold Web, my favorite out of the 4 for sure. Then we have Bling Jarrow. Bling Jarrow with those awesome saw hands. Bling came out at the end for a showing. And of course, the army of the robocrocs. Very nice. So of course, we can also swap body parts. These are constructed in a way for simplicity in building. We take off a helmet, say here, and switcheroo there. We take off an arm here, and we switcheroo there. We take a weaponized piece here, and we switch there. So lots to be done with these with the more you collect. And especially if you collect multiples of the robocrocs, you'll have plenty of accessories. No gold dip treasure found today. If it was, it would have been right on the front of these arc reactors. Each one has a nice little symbol. This has a fire flame. This one has a little $sign. This one over here in green for the croc, and a purpley one over here for Gold Web. Once again, out there are 6. I was hoping to find a Robo Jaws with that transparent finish, but was able to, so that was kind of a bummer. Or a Goldiator. Goldiator might be the character that you would always find gold. Hard to say. If you find either a Robo Jaws or Goldiator, let us know in the comments what your experience was. My experience today has been quite a lot of fun with these guys. They have been really ultra colorful, ultra robotic, and ultra mechanical. And upcoming soon on the channel, we will be checking out the Mega Treasure Bot, an ultimate repair, rebuild, and power-up monster of a Robot's Gold figure. Lots to be done there, so stay tuned for that, but lots more coming. Akado, Princess Peach's Castle, so much stuff is landing here in August, we're going to explode. Well, what do you think? Are you impressed with Treasure X robots as much as I am? What a nice continuation of this series, Robots Treasure Perfect Match. If you liked today's video, please give us a squike, a squirrelibe, a squammet. What was your treasure you found in Treasure X robots? Thank you so much for watching. That's what I have to say about that.
All hail RoboCroc! All hail RoboCrocs!